All right, we move to one of our big stories for the day. The controversial management consultancy Bain and Company has been banned from tendering for government contracts in the UK. This for its involvement in corruption at the South African Revenue Service. A former senior partner at Bain, that's Athol Williams, blew the whistle at the State Capture Commission of Inquiry. He's since left South Africa, but joins us now via Zoom. Mr. Williams, good morning and thank you very much for your time. Firstly, your reaction to the news of a 3-year ban.
I think it's a great outcome, Fundo, for South Africa's efforts to hold accountable companies involved in state capture, corruption, and who have had this predatory behavior that Bain has exhibited. It's a great outcome, great step forward for us.
And then the 3-year ban, though, does it match the level of corruption or extent of that corruption in the country?
Fundo, my view is it's not for the UK government to make the measured decision around what's full remedy. That's for the South African government to do. And I think what this decision shows is that the UK government is taking seriously the idea that Bain has shown professional misconduct, and the involvement in state capture hasn't just been at SARS, it's been across our public sector, because that's why the Zondo Commission has asked for all of Bain's public sector contracts to be examined with a view to prosecution. I think this should embarrass the South African government because it has had this information for years now and done nothing. And so I think it's for the South African government to take the measured action to hold Bain accountable.
And that was going to be my next question, that what does this say about our country if we're going to have the UK be the ones to move forward and be swifter in responding to what has happened in this country? I mean, really, it is a very great moment that we're moving to a place in the world where everybody's held accountable, companies will be isolated, but it then says a lot about South Africa's pace, though. It raises a bit of concern.
I agree it raises concern, because I think this is a big moment for global companies, because it says no matter where you operate in the world, if you commit wrongful acts, the UK government at least will hold you accountable. I think it's a powerful step forward for human rights around the world. I think it does, as you say, raise questions about the South African government, about why it isn't taking action. You know, Mfundo, when I met with the UK cabinet minister, it was the first time a government official sat down and asked me to present the facts of the case. Not a single person in the South African government, not the presidency, not justice, not treasury, have asked me or contacted me. And this again shows the lack of engagement with what is happening in South Africa. Because I think the UK government understands state capture. They understand this isn't just bad contracts going back and forth. It was a sustained effort to undermine our democratic institutions. And Bain is now shown to have been a part of that.
And when you speak of this UK member, you're talking about parliamentary member, you're talking about Lord Peter Hain, am I correct?
I'm talking about Minister Jacob Rees-Mogg, who is the cabinet minister who led the effort for the UK government. Myself and Lord Peter Hain went together to see him.
And then his role, Lord Peter Hain, what do you make of it? Because he has really pushed hard. I mean, even writing the letter to the Prime Minister at that time, he's really wanted to see Bain being held accountable, even going on to express that it seems Bain is now hiring some of those from South Africa at its London office.
I commend Lord Peter Hain's sustained campaign to hold Bain accountable. This is really all his work with some input from me. So South Africa owes him a great debt of gratitude. The issue with Bain moving people around is a major issue in Fundo. This was a key element of the questions that the cabinet minister was interested in. Because as I explained, this idea of Bain saying, well, you know, we've got rid of the people who were involved in state capture is nonsense. They've just moved people around their global system. And so many of the people who were involved in state capture in South Africa are now sitting in London or sitting in the Middle East or sitting in the US within Bain. And so this was a key element when he talks about professional misconduct. It was Bain not being honest about really cleaning out its house, because it hasn't. It hasn't fired a single person. And what this government, UK government decision shows is what I've been saying, that this wasn't a South Africa issue at all. Bain London, Bain Boston knew about what was happening and endorsed it. And this is now shed a light on it.
One wonders then how Glencore is feeling today, because, I mean, they've been on the wrong side of the law quite a few times, even people asking that, really, can we say in South Africa that they would have not been found wanting if we were to scrutinize?
No global company, no modern global company works that way, that you're isolated because of where you're located. These are global companies, global decision-making processes. People move around globally. So if something happens in South Africa, you can be sure head office and other professionals around the system knows about it.
Athol, thank you very much for your time. That's whistleblower Athol Williams giving us reaction following the news of the ban on Bain&Co. To this story.